Howdy, boys and girls. It's Michael Smith back at Nighttiger Comics. We got a comic haul here. I think we got close to 50 books. So just want to start out. We went to, 2 weeks ago, we went to this shootout festival. It was like, what's the word I'm looking for? Theme park back in the 70s. So all these old guys on here, they were young. They all were original cowboys at this park that shut down, I think, in 77. So they rebuilt all the town here on a farm 15 miles up the road, and 3 times a year they hold shootouts, Civil War reenactments, they have rides, saloon girl shows, and all kinds of stuff. It is really cool. I was really impressed with it. Not only that, but they have vendors there selling stuff, and these are high-end vendors. These aren't these trinket people. And I picked this up. And now you can see right there, it says cast from the original 1950s mold. And this is one that I had when I was a kid. Man, I'll tell you what, my wife bought this for me. And when I went to ask her if I could get this, because she controls the money, I could barely speak. I was just so overwhelmed that I could find something like this from my childhood. Just to share a little, I had a very traumatic childhood and lost both my parents when I was young. So I had a great time. Oh my goodness, I was so happy. So last week, and if you saw the videos, went to the Comic Fest with Metarog, the professor of comics. So it was a great time, guys. Oh my goodness, it was so fun. And the day before I went, this was at my small LCS, who hosts the actual Comic Fest. And then, you know, the owners have books they put up on the boxes before they file them. This was up there. They had a bunch of issues from this run, so I kind of quickly went through them because I only went in there to get bags and boards. And this was $1. And I'm like, what? I looked at that cover and I'm like, I know that's a key. So this is the first cameo appearance, or no, this is first full appearance of Tim Drake as Batman Beyond. And he actually was considered to be the first Batman Beyond. They were going to make him the first Batman Beyond. And they actually put out a toy of Batman Beyond with Tim Drake. So the writer of this, I forget who it was, he said that there actually are more than one Batman Beyonds in different dimensions. So that's how he explained it away. Because we know that was not Tim Drake that became the accepted Batman Beyond in continuity. But anyways, got that for $1. So then Metarog and I always exchange stuff. So he gave me some comics. World's Finest. I thought I had this, but I don't. And it's got a vigilante in it, so it's really cool. He gave me Jungle Action number 10, which I didn't have. Now he shows me him giving me these books at his channel. If you haven't seen it, a beautiful Gil Kane cover. And he gave me Dino Riders, one of those you never know what ifs, 90 books that were, I think these were toys, and I didn't have that. And then he gave me a Destructor. It's Larry Lieber cover, kind of looks like a Ditko, but it's not. But an Atlas, oh, I love these books. This is one of the earliest books that I remember as a kid, you know, when I started really getting into comics. I really noticed those Atlas covers. They were so beautiful to me. So they gave me a Radio Shack complimentary. I don't know if I have this or not, but we had Radio Shack as a kid. You guys probably don't remember Radio Shack if you're in your early 30s or younger. Another Radio Shack giveaway. Kind of an odd store. There weren't a lot of malls, strip malls. They had components for radios, and they eventually got into phones and computers and video games a little bit. And then Action Comics number 338. I didn't have this one. Beautiful Supergirl, Lois Lane in a wedding dress. And hey, that might be a pedigree. See that little 3 right there? Huh. Anyways, a nice Silver Age Green Lantern. Love these Gil Kane Green Lantern issues. I just love the way he did the character. The white gloves, the frilly hair. And I've been trying to collect this whole run. Okay, and he gave me this. Great movies. Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York, Kurt Russell. Awesome action star. He was actually grew up on the Disney lot doing Disney movies as a kid. So us old guys remember him in The Wonderful World of Disney. I forget. He did some movie where he had like superpowers. I remember that as a kid. Deceasing. I don't know a whole lot about this Deceased. I did read issue 1. Was not impressed with the storyline, but this is Batman and based on the true case files of the Waynes, so that's going to be interesting. And it's the variant cover. Oh yeah, variant. Not a newsstand, but it's a variant. I know if you didn't believe me, I had to show you. This was cool. Love this cover. Got a Golden Age Batman on, and you can see I got a theme going here, and it has to do with this and a few other things in the haul. And I have to say, stick around to the end. Big Golden Age book. Big, big, big Golden Age book, at least for me. So this is Comic Reader from 1982, number 202. And these are like interviews and stuff like that where artists and writers. And yeah, I think it has a green arrow back cover. And then this, he gave me, this thing is freaking cool as heck. So this is a London published book. It was printed. Now, Roger said Spain. I did some research. I found that it was in Holland. Doesn't matter. It is cool as heck. And look at it. It says Batman Annual. And this is reprinted issues, but they're recolored. And they're recolored so dang cool. Check it out. Look how vibrant that is. And I have this issue right here, which is a great issue. I forget which one it is, but it involves that pilot, Ace something from World War II. Beautiful Neil Adams art, all recolored. Look how just bright this is. Then it's the Robin backup story with Gil Kane art in it. Just cool stuff, man. Love it. This is one of a kind. Super scarce. And this is, oh, I love this book. Anyway, so that's everything that Metarog traded with me. So I went to the flea market. Oh yeah, the flea market is coming up. Anyways, went to the comic hall. I went there with one thing in mind. I was not going to go through a bunch of bins and hunt because I know this fest is really, there's not too much to find when it comes to dollar books as big as keys and hidden stuff like that. Everything is overpriced, especially the smaller books. And the better investment at this Comic Fest is always the keys. So that's what I went in mind. I did pick up some, but there was a vendor, had 3 long boxes and everything was free. So I grabbed a bunch of stuff. I grabbed this, Thundercats number 0 by Wildstorm. I grabbed a couple of these Archies with Dan DiCarlo covers and bikini covers. Number 178 from 1989 or something like that. And then another one, Betty and Betty's Diary, Dan DiCarlo, Jim DiCarlo. I don't know who Jim DiCarlo is. Another 1989 issue, number 29. And they're in pretty decent shape. There were more beat up ones. You know, there were other books I wish I would have grabbed. Boy, she's looking really white. And picked up this. I mean, it was free. I already have it. Beautiful Jim Lee cover. Kind of an homage to the Justice League movie, which just came out way before that. And then I picked up a bunch of Catwomans that I didn't have. I love this issue. If you don't have this Catwoman number 7 and number 6, it is one of the best battle issues that is done between Catwoman and Azrael. It is just intense action. It is drawn so well, written so well, well thought out. I can't say enough about it. And I picked this up when it came out. And this is direct, but guess what? This one is a newsstand. Yay! So newsstand from 1994. But the thing is, every one I picked up was a newsstand. So I got number 8. And all Jim Ballett art. Number 9. And so, yeah, I'm trying to, just like Bubs, I'm trying to knock out this run. Number 10. Like I said, I have to mention it again. They're all newsstands. Number 11. Oh, yeah. And these are done. This series is so well. It's the best Catwoman series, in my opinion. Number 16. This one's not a newsstand. And then number 17 is not a newsstand either. There was one in here. Where is it? Oh, this one. This one is a forced newsstand. They put a sticker on it and made it a newsstand. I had some Star Wars books like that, and I thought they had stickers on. I tried to pull them off before I noticed that they were newsstands. So a nice wedding dress cover, number 18, newsstand, and keep on going, keep on going. Number 20. So you could see I knocked out a good run, a good chunk of the run, and these were all free. And did I mention these were newsstands? I think I did. I don't remember. Oh, if you guys you have to have already seen my spoof video that me and Steve Codwell did from I Love Disney. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. We had a lot of fun making it, and you know, we like making fun of ourselves. The collecting comics is fun. Making videos is fun. Making fun of ourselves is fun. Making spoofs. So, you know, if you can't laugh at yourself, then you have a bad life. Your life is sad, I think. We're almost done with these free books. Number 47. That's probably the worst condition of all. The other ones were really high grade. This one is beat up. But it's a hold placeholder, as you call it. I don't know why I picked this up. It was free. I have the scarce one, third print newsstand. This is fourth print newsstand. I have second print. I think I'm missing maybe one out of all the prints, maybe 2. And I have not read this yet. Can you believe that? Blasphemy. And then I picked up this one. Really cool 80-page giant from 2010, which is funny because in the book, it says 2009. So I really thought that was funny. But a nice, cool cover. And like I say, an 80-page giant for free. And that's from February 2009. So it's even in the beginning of 2009. It's in February that this thing was put out. So inside it says February 2009. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm mixed up. It says 2010, but it's 2011. So you can see it right there, if the camera. February 11th, but it's the giant from 2010. I just thought that was hilarious. So Roger pulled this out of a $2 bin. He knows I like Batman. And I actually thought they were going to try to charge me more for this. Another 80-page giant Batman, number 12. This is from 64? 65. Very cool. All reprints, but still, heck. Golden Age Batman reprints for $2. I'll take it. So we can see kind of a Batman theme a little bit going through the hall. And then, okay, so these last 3 are the big keys that I decided to pick up. I got this, so you can see why I was happy to get that 23. This is 22. First appearance of Tim Drake. Our first cameo appearance of Tim Drake is Batman Beyond. So technically, this is first Batman Beyond in comics. And this cost me $20. A high-grade copy. Got it from a friend, a vendor who actually works with my wife in the school system. He sold me my first Silk a couple years ago. And then the last two that I picked up, two high-grade copies, these ended up costing me $40 a piece. From 1993, I believe. This is the second print, 92. Second print Batman, Amazing Spider-Man 101. First appearance of Morbius, so that was $40. And then this one was $40 also. And, yeah, I'm probably never going to, I won't say never, but I doubt if I'm going to get the actual first print of this because I just don't want to pay that kind of money. And these books here, actually these second prints, you better jump on them now because they're starting to go up, and they could be probably hitting near 100 or more once that movie hits. They actually had another one there at a different vendor for 40, but I was out of money. I spent all my money on keys like I decided I was going to. So that was the Comic Fest. Okay, so I hit Second and Charles in Birmingham, Alabama. It wasn't the best. All their books were $2. I couldn't believe that. And I don't think I didn't do too well, but, you know, I had fun hunting. So this is what I found. Dark Stars, Near Mint copy, October 92, first appearance of the Dark Stars, which is a galactic police force. Hello, Green Lantern Corps. I don't know what's going on. I guess DC might have been tired of the Green Lanterns at this time and thought, oh, let's come up with some new team similar to the Green Corps. So whatever. You just never know on these books. And that's the thing. You don't have a crystal ball on them. So, like you said, there's a lot of times there are books for $1, $2 I just don't want to pick up. But now they're paying off. And so now I got to think about, well, I don't want to get that one, but you know what? Just grab it, put it in the collection, store it away like a nut for winter. This is another one from the Milestones, number 0, Zombie, and what is he? Some kind of, I don't know, some kind of hero who has regeneration powers or something like that. Simonson cover, I don't know if he does interiors. And people are specking on these books, and you just never know. Supposedly there's a movie coming out, and a static movie, you never know what's going to be in it. So for $2, why not? This I just wanted to read. This looked cool. I love Man-Thing. He's one of my favorite characters out of Marvel. This is Weapon Plus, World War IV. And this soldier takes the serum that turned Ted Sallis into the Man-Thing. And he becomes a soldier, swamp creature / soldier. So I just wanted to read that. And it has a Brute Force Project back feature in it. I didn't even know there was anything after the 90s on Brute Force. And they have to use Teddy Savalas' name for Ted Sallis. It's just too dang close. Next book, February 2013. First full appearance, number 15, of the Superior Spider-Man, which is Doc Ock, and also first appearance of the Superior Spider-Man suit. Not a big deal, not a big key of any sort. I just thought it was cool. I did read part of this series, or part of the Superior Spider-Man. I liked it, and I thought, okay, I want to read this, so I grabbed that one. And then number 1, Secret Warriors. These are some young superheroes that are led by Nick Fury. They're actually called Team White. And they appeared in Avengers Genesis or something like that, number 3. And that's about all I know about them. This looks like a cool series. I just wanted to read it. Supposedly this series was promoted with passwords and clues that were given out in the solicitations before the issues came out. So I thought that was pretty interesting on this. And what is this, 2009? Secret Invasion number 3 was their first appearance, and Buster's pounding on the door. All right, last of the books from Second and Charles. So I got the Secret Warriors number 3. from April 2009. Now, this is the first cover appearance of Contessa Valentina Allegra de la Fontaine as Madame Hydra. And you can see right there, she's all in her glory. 2 high-grade copies of that for $2. Nice skull cover up here. And yeah, it's just a beautiful cover. And you might want to get close up on this one. Secret Warriors, number 3. Contessa. And of course, if you've seen Falcon and Winter Soldier, you know that she's played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who does a tremendous job. I thought that episode 5 was, at the end, it was so funny, so sexy, and so cool. So that's her first cover appearance right there in Secret Warriors number 3. All right, moving on. So that was the second in Charles. Next was my big LCS. I went back because I left Secret Warriors number 6. And unfortunately, it was not there when I got there. But I picked up some dollar books. This is Marvel Team Up number 77 with Miss Marvel, January 1978. Beautiful John Romita cover. I love that cover. That cover is classic. Just a great Spider-Man, a great looking Miss Marvel. This is written by Chris Claremont, and it also is drawn by Howard Chaykin in interiors. And so you know there's going to be some sexy looking Miss Marvel in here if it's Howard Chaykin drawing this. That's a guarantee. And then you got the Silver Dagger. Just screams bronze. Love it. High grade copy. $1. Moving on. Next is number 71 from July 78 with the Falcon. He's hot right now. And I don't know what else to say about this. I don't know. Is this the Ernie Chang cover? It is. This is Ernie Chang cover. You got Captain America, Falcon, everything going on this one. $1, high grade copy. There was another team up there that I left. Someone showed in a video that it was a key. They said pick it up whenever you can for cheap. And I went back and it was still there. Luckily, I already have this. But this is the first appearance of Despair. It's a John Byrne cover, John Byrne interiors. Now, I have to tell you, and I have to confess, I'm a burnout. I love John Byrne. Actually, I got into comics because of Byrne, the Fantastic Four run. So I am a burnout. And this is Chris Claremont on scripts. I remember reading this. I can't remember what's going on in it, but I do remember that it was really, really good. And like I said, it's first appearance of Despair. He is some kind of agent of fear and despair. So that makes sense. So you know how Marvel is. They come up with these different spellings. So it's D''Spayre. And Buster's trying to get up here. Buster, get down. And I believe this is from 78 also. Yeah, that's April. And then, of course, Iron Fist. This is from November 77, number 63. You got Misty Knight over here. I don't know who does this cover. Just kind of, that leg is so weird. I believe this is Byrne and Claremont and interiors. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I don't think I've ever read this one. Another high-grade copy. I mean, it's like a 7.5 to 8.0. But, you know, for $1, this Bronze Age stuff is getting harder and harder to find, especially in higher grade. And then Deathlock is coming out with a movie. Nice, look at that right there. Nice stamp. And this is a Buckler cover. Buckler also was creator of Deathlock. And this is number 46 from June 76. Beautiful cover. I love it. You know what I love about Buckler? He can mimic anybody's art. And he does it well. And I didn't mention that was Bill Matlow on scripts and Sal Buscema on interior. So this character is already, the trailer's already dropped, man. This is 107. This is actually the first appearance of Dark Angel, Mia Lessing, and first appearance of Sada. An Elite Assassin of Fu Manchu. And that's number 107 from 1981. So these first appearances in Masters of Kung Fu are starting to rise up. This one was $1. Like I said, all these were $1. Decent high grade copy, probably like maybe an 8.5 to 9.0. Found that one. I'm always looking through the Master Kung Fu now, and they're getting harder and harder, just like Moon Knight, to find decent copies. But here's number 105, October, May 81, Gene Day cover, appearance of second Razor Fist. So people are speculating that Razor Fist is going to be in the movie, but do they know which one? Do you guys know that there was another Razor Fist? So there you go, Master Kung Fu 105, June 81, Buster Please, second Razor Fist. Guys, pick this up if you can find it. And did I mention that was $1? I'm not going to even tell you that's a newsstand. Every one in this year was a newsstand. So that's it from the big shop. Went back to the little shop this weekend, and they had a half price sale. Now, I had been looking forward to going to this tent sale that was in another town from here. My LCS owner had told me about it. They have like 100 long boxes. Everything's 50 cents. And I showed up at his shop. He wasn't there. I picked up some books, and when I'm checking out, the guy goes, "Did you know there's a half price sale?" And I'm thinking, wouldn't you tell that after you see me there for over 30 minutes going through back issue bins? But then I realized, oh my goodness, it's the half price sale. That means the sale at the tent was Saturday, so I missed it. And I was like, man, because my LCS owner said he's finding tons of keys in their big books for 50 cents. So this was 50 cents, actually. Man-Thing again. I love Man-Thing. Hulk 427. But I figured I'll have more money now for the big flea market on Memorial Day at the end of the month. So I picked up some of these Hulks. They were $1, so they ended up being 50 cents. Another second part of that, Battle of the Green Behemoths, number 428. And then this one's Punisher, Dotson cover, 433, 50 cents. I just like to go in there, and drop a little bit of money and always support them. So, I try to find stuff I'm interested in because the keys are pretty much picked. But this is Marvel 2-in-1, double-sized issue for 50 cents. Ben Grimm and the Thing. Ron Wilson cover, Joe Sinnott inks. Double issue, 50 cents. Bronze Age, take it. And then I picked up this 5.0 Iron Fist number 10, December 75. I believe it's 75. I can't remember. So that was $2.50. I didn't have that, so another one off the list right there. Beautiful cover. And I believe this is John Byrne art interior. So, again, I'm a burnout. Picked this one up. This was $2.50. This is the Mighty Thor Volume 2, number 1, cover D. Variant edition. I think this is an incentive cover. I don't know the ratio on it. This is the cosplay, as you can tell. I just thought it was a beautiful cover. I'm kind of warming up to this run. I didn't know much about it. I did pick up one of those issues where she had cancer, was revealed. I thought it was really well. And I'm trying to get the rest of the run now. And that's from 2013, I believe. 2015. But doesn't really. Check out those leather pants. Dang. Yeah, baby. Nice helmet, too. All right, moving on quickly. This thing is getting... So this one I picked up was $5. Of course, you know who does this cover. Jack Kirby. This is the return. Kirby is back. You can see it right here. This is when he comes back to the title. Number 193, January 76. So 200-year bicentennial. I remember that year. It was a great year. It was like everybody was celebrating all year long Birthday of America. So I didn't have this one. I couldn't believe it. And then John Romita on the inks. And just a classic cover. Very classic. I don't know why this camera is like showing everything white. Last book from there was this one. First full appearance of Destro. This was $250. Everybody knows the G.I. Joe movie's coming out. All these characters that are going to be appearing in the movie. The books are going to be on the rise. Spec books, number 14, August 1983. There you go. There you go. You got your Destro. I remember when these action figures were all the rage. The vehicles and everything. I was an older guy. I was like in my teens, so I didn't really get into the Joe. Do remember the commercial, and do know that the commercial is the first comic book commercial ever to air on TV. Just a little fun fact. This is a pretty nice copy. I would say somewhere in the 8.5, maybe 9.0. Yeah, I did a boo-boo. Pulled these books out of the car in their plastic bag, and they all spilled onto the driveway. Bunch of corner dings, but you know what? Nothing really serious, so I was happy about that. So eBay purchases are last. We're just running to this was eBay Bucks purchase, 1964 Detectives 321. This has Batgirl story in it. That's why I got it. Really nice, high, clean copy that it does have a coupon clipped. But I thought it was a cool cover too with the Golden Age Batman chest symbol. And he's in a rocket. Yeah, you just can't go wrong with that. And it was $5 shipped. And like I said, I bought it with my eBay bucks. This was cool. British comic. First appearance of Mephisto in this cover. And it's an oversized, like magazine size. It has some X-Men reprints in it. I think I paid $20 for this. I didn't realize it was one of these oversized ones. I was hoping it was one of the comic-sized ones, but I'm still glad to have it. It's a cool piece. Glad to add it to the collection. Superheroes number 14 from 1975. So a few years after the actual first appearance. So I got another one of these. This was cheap, too. This is a Canadian white. Grand Slam Comics number 55. I believe this is 1948. And I'm going to take a peek at that. No, 46. This is an official Boy Scouts page. It has official Boy Scouts page and published under the direction of the Boy Scouts Association of Canada. So pretty cool. Was $20 for a Canadian white. That is just like a big steal right there. So this was my stealth buy off eBay of the month of April. And this is probably like my 7th or 8th Canadian white right now. So happy to add another one of these to the collection. They have a rich history, and I would advise you to go and check it out. Bought this. So there was a book on auction, number 5. Well, this is number 1. This is a really kind of obscure Western title. And it has a really cool date stamp on it over here. I can't read the end of that 5, so it's 1950 something. But this is from 54, and this is a Stanley Morris published. And they did a few titles, but they were such a small publisher. They didn't last many issues, and the whole publishing of the comic books didn't last very long. But number 5 was a much harder one to get. It was on auction, and I had a bid on it. And I thought nobody was watching it, so I didn't really care to keep an eye on it, and someone stole it from me at the last minute. But I did get number 1. And number 4 and number 5 were published by a different publisher. I forget who it was. So it's really cool. Man. Okay, so I got 4, 5, 6 Golden Age left. 5 maybe. Picked up a Golden Age Superman for $20. Now this thing, when I got it, was trashed. The cover was. It's got pieces missing. it was barely, no, it wasn't attached either. It was completely split too. I put it back together. She looks like Wilma, or Betty actually. Superman and Caveman, Clark Caveman. This is from 1952. And I put this together with, I can't show you the back of it, but with archival tape. Let me show you. I spent about 3 or 4 hours, and it's really fun doing this. And I probably rushed at the end because it was like 3 in the morning. And then the guy shipped it in a little cardboard envelope with no bagger board. And then after I had it put together, this piece fell out, or was on the floor. I found it. So I was a little upset because I could have put that piece back in there. But this thing, I really fixed it up because it's strong. Look at all the, I don't know if you can see the tape on it. So what I did was I reinforced the cover from the inside. So when you go to read it, it won't fall apart or tear anymore. You can see little pieces of tape right there and right there. And you can buy this archival tape off Amazon. So it's pretty solid now. You know, it's not falling apart. And I did attach the cover with the archival tape. So I'm looking forward to reading my Golden Age Superman. It's my second one that I own. I'm cheap. I don't like to spend a whole lot of money on those Golden Age books. But I did spend some money on this baby. I think I spent $70 on that. It's missing the centerfold, but a really scarce issue of WoW Comics. Cool horror cover. And you don't see this stuff. Right, Steve? So this is from 1943. So early Golden Age. Just a sweet cover. Like I said, it's missing centerfold. I paid a lot of money for this. And I'm trying to knock out this run, this WoW run, and I'm doing really well on it. I got a lot of them. Speaking of that, here's number 41 from 1946. Now this one, everything is there. I think I paid $70 for this one also, but it's trimmed right here. You can see. It's significantly trimmed. It's probably 1/8 of an inch. But again, you just don't see these, man. You don't see them. Beautiful Jack Binder cover. And you got Pinky and Scarlet on the cover. And that dude, I forget his name. And Commando Yank. And that guy right there. I have these first appearances. But just a beautiful cover. Okay, we're winding it down. Two more huge books. Huge. Oh man, I couldn't believe this book was $100. I jumped on it immediately. It's my third Golden Age in the title. All American Comics, number 52, I think it is. 52 or 53. Because, it's missing the corner there. But this has Dr. Midnight story, an Atom story, a Green Lantern story, all from the Golden Age. This is 1943, October. It's a sweet cover. Dang. It's all there, all complete, all attached. This book for $100 was always a big steal. This is usually a $200 book or higher. I mean, even in lower grades, they go for $200. This is like a 2.5. Oh, just look at that sweet book. It doesn't get any better than that. Well, it will on the next comic. All right. Last but not least in this long haul, if you stayed around this long, God bless you. Look at that. My third Golden Age Batman. It may be my fourth. Number 32. So this is 35. You can see the condition this one is. I had to clean it up a little bit. Now it's like a 110. I paid $100, $110 for this, I think. This guy wanted $290, and I got him down to $255. This has a sweet Joker story. It's the first story in the book. Nice big splash panel with Joker. I'll probably show it here. I was going to take this name off it. You can see I started to. And I thought, I don't want to mess this book up at all. It's got a complete spine split on it. But it really looks great. It's actually a Nova Scotia pedigree. And then this one over here is a Pennsylvania pedigree. Detective Comics, number 96. But I just picked this up. $255, which I thought was a good deal on this. Especially with the Joker story in it. Number 32. It can be cleaned up. But I'm leery. I don't know. I don't want to ruin it. Because I started to clean it. And you can see the smudging from the eraser. And I thought, I'm just going to leave it for right now. And now I know Jerry the Jitterbug's going to tell me, go ahead and clean it. But for now, I'm just happy with that. I'm going to leave you with that. Man, if you stuck around this long, you are a loyal follower. So thank you, and have a good night.